up, everybody? It's your favorite cousin Cool Rich up in the building, and we're coming back to you with another video. This video we actually about to go into the top 5 fragrances, designer fragrances actually, for date night. It's Friday. I think that you should know what's the best way to smell on a date night. Now, welcome back. Definitely appreciate you just for sticking around and tuning in for today's video. But I wanted to include this one because I do bang with it heavy, but because the way that we're structuring this video with a certain 3-tier category, I couldn't actually put this one in the top 5. So the reason behind that is because we're going to go with compliments, cuddling, and home run for the date night fragrances. Because at the end of the day, you're still trying to obtain something, right? You're either trying to get the next date, trying to get in them draws, whatever the case may be. I don't know what your goal is, but the goal at the end of the day is to get to the next level. And these fragrances help you get there. So I appreciate you for tuning in, and let's get started. So the first one, as far as mentioned, would be Carolina Herrera Bad Boy. It's a wonderful fragrance, very smooth. Atomizer is great. It's a light, airy fragrance, fresh, very smooth, good for a date night. But I would say the longevity is not there. So if you end up spraying this on at around like 9 o'clock, probably around like 11 or 12, you might end up having to do a quick respray just to make sure that you're at least lasting a little bit longer, depending on how the success of the date goes. Now, if if the date ends at 12, then I guess this will actually, do you good if it's only going to be for a couple hours. But if you are actually going to spend some time, and I'm talking about some genuine time, like you all make a walk, you might go to a park, you might go to the range, you may go and grab something to eat, but then, hit the beach and just walk along the boardwalk and conversate. So it's things like that. Those are certain date night ideas that a lot of people really love, or a lot of ladies love. And when you smell good, especially on a date night, it leaves a great impression. So I love this fragrance, but because it's not the most potent, it's not the one that sticks around as long, I had to leave it out. But I still want to keep this as an honorable mention. So Carolina Herrera Bad Boy as an honorable mention. All right, so first fragrance out of the 5 that we're gonna judge is Givenchy Gentleman. Great fragrance. This is a great fragrance. Let me check the atomizer real quick. Smells wonderful. Light, crispy fragrance, something that you can wear with a suit. It's very versatile. I love this fragrance for the versatility aspect. I'm not gonna say that this is office wear, so this is definitely date night wear. But I would say that this performance is better than the Carolina Herrera, but it's only about, I would say, a couple hours more as far as longevity. So I'll give you a good 4 to 6 hours as far as a couple of sprays, one on the wrist, one on the other wrist, neck and back of the head, or something back of the neck, just for the sillage trail and stuff like that. So depending, but if I was to go ahead and rate this off of a situation because of how it gets compliments, how women respond to this fragrance, I would actually say, that this one, between compliment, cuddling, and home run, I'm going to go with compliment. The reason I'm gonna go with compliment is because it's a great fragrance, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's not something that's just like remarkable. Because it's not remarkable, and it's like, all right, it's you'll get the compliment, but it's like the wow factor isn't there. So because the wow factor isn't there, and it definitely could bunch of different other fragrances, other designer fragrances. It's a great fragrance. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's not worth the money. I'm not saying it's not worth the buy. I'm not saying that it's not worth you going out to the store and trying and test it out on your own skin. I'm just saying that as far as longevity and when you get compliments, if you're going to differ between what this is right here and what I have for the rest of the list, you'll understand why this one would just be at that tier of compliment. All right, now this next one is just disrespectfully good. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Dolce and Gabbana know what they were doing when they did this one. Oh, hold up. Atomizer did not come out good. Hold up. There it is. All right. Dolce and Gabbana, the one. You can get the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum, you'll get more juice, you know, as far as with that. But as far as the smell overall, amazing. This mug is fire. Like this, between cuddling, compliments, and home run, I'll be honest with you, this one right here is a cuddler. This one is a great cuddler because women love this scent. It's such an inviting scent, and it's recognizable, but at the same time, it's so distinct. I have to give it its compliments for that. Like, it's not too dense. It's very smooth, but at the same time, it strikes. It checks off a lot of marks on the checkbox, man. I'm just saying. Like, this is just, it's a great fragrance, and women love it. So if you're going to have a date night, this is actually a very great fragrance to have and to wear. I'm telling you, this is a great fragrance to have and to wear. So if I'm going to go ahead and judge this between home run, cuddling, and compliments, this one is a cuddling, because cuddling with this one has more of that inviting type of scent. I'm not going to say that it's going to get you all the way there. That's the point. It's like your mouth, your gift and gab, your game, everything else, how you dress, whatever you do and stuff like that. That also plays a part in it as well. But when it comes down to the get down, you smelling good is a very, very good first impression. And it's a very good lasting impression. And a lot of people leave this up in the air. You don't want to leave this up in the air. You want to make sure that you have the best smelling fragrance, especially if you're going out on a date. So again, this is Dolce and Gabbana, the one. And as you can see, I definitely have used this one. All right, so we already went through 5 and 4, but you know what? I did have a second honorable mention, and I want to actually include that. And the reason I want to include it is because it's a great fragrance. It gets great reviews, great compliments. I've seen this fragrance get more compliments than I would say 75% of date night fragrances. And that fragrance would be, let me see if I can reach for it without having to turn my head. Oh, and I was right. Prada Black for Men. This is a great fragrance. I'm not gonna lie. This definitely, see that? Atomizer is powerful, but powdery is very sophisticated. It's a gentleman-like fragrance. Something that you can wear with a suit. Something you can also have on for a date night. Gets a lot of compliments. Gets a lot of attention, but at the same time, it's still something that's easy to resemble. That's why it still goes into the honorable mention opposed to it going into the top 5. I was going to put this in the top 5 initially, but I had to change my mind when I thought about, you know, how consistent is this, or how similar is this to other fragrances? Like, can somebody walk by you and smell just like you, unbeknownst to you? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want that when it comes to designer fragrances. when you're going out on a date night because you don't want to smell like everybody else. But this still is a great fragrance. I wouldn't say that the majority of people will wear this. I know that if you are in a more debonair area, more sophisticated, someplace where you're going to see people a little bit more dressed up or anything like that, more likely to find this than not. Yeah, but this is a great date night fragrance. I would just say be cautious because you may end up smelling like everybody else depending on, where you go. This next one, I mean, it's a classic. That's just as simple as that. It's a classic. And if I was to go and give it a rating off of the 3-tier category that we're using, this is a home run. And this home run is called Bleu de Chanel. This fragrance right here is so it's breathtaking in a way. Like, you have to just give them their just dues for making such a remarkable fragrance. Chanel did an amazing job when they made this fragrance like this. I have a few of I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a few of their fragrances and I noticed the quality of Chanel's fragrance. I have the Allure also, I have the Allure Sport, and I'm gonna grab a couple other ones, probably grab some Privé editions, but I just noticed that they have such a great quality. Like, if you're going to wear this on a date night, I'm telling you right now, a home run. Like, your smell. This right, unless you talk yourself out of the drawers, home run. But, that's at your own discretion. You know what I'm saying? But this fragrance right here will get you there. It'll get you up to at least, I'm telling you, it'll get you there. Because if you smell like this, come clean, crispy, you actually have the gift of gab, the Riz, as the mugs like said, got the Riz, all this extra stuff. Like, listen, as long as you got the isms, the gift of gab, the wordplay, the mouthpiece, Riz, whatever it is, I'm telling you, with this fragrance as well, it's a deadly combination. So, again, Bleu de Chanel. You can get the whatever parfum, you can get the Eau de Toilette. I would say get the parfum if you want something that's a little bit more potent. If you don't want something that's that potent, then just get the toilet. It still is very good as far as the quality aspect, so you're not missing anything when it comes to getting the toilet or not. So just give you a heads up. This next one. I'm conflicted because I want to say that this one is a home run, but it can also be a cuddler. It's depending on the person. This one is depending on the person. Now the Bleu de Chanel, like I said, that one is more just home run, straight up and down. You have to talk yourself out of the home run, to be honest. This one, you have more margin of error. This one, so yeah, it's right there. It's right there. But at the end of the day, I'm still conflicted. So this amazing fragrance, Armani Code. Now, if you notice anything about some of the bottles that I pull out, I don't pull out big bottles and stuff like that. Now, you can look at other fragrance reviewers and see like, they picking out big bottles. Bottles is like this, like, trust me, we all could do it, but my thought process is, I don't want to have to, one, spend that amount of money on a fragrance that I could potentially buy again or anything like that. Two, even if I could or just wanted to grab it, I have so many fragrances that I'm not going to be able to run through them. So at some point, some of them are going to end up aging out if I get a bigger bottle. So if I get the bigger bottle and I have, let's say, 200 and some odd fragrances, it's only 365 days in a year. So, I mean, I'm gonna end up having to use one per, like, I couldn't even do one per day if that was the case, because I would end up still, some of them is going to, you know, not get the same amount of attention as the next one, because I might end up favoring them, you know, one over a time period and then another one over a time period. It's just that there's going to get, some of them are going to get old. So I like to get the smaller ones because I know that I'll be able to use it. And when I be able to use it, I actually get the value out of it. So that way, if it does get to a different point of age, I at least use majority of it. But this one is an amazing fragrance. You know what? I'm not going to say that I'm conflicted about this one at all. It is a home run. This is a home run. It's a home run. I had to sit up there and change my doggone mind after I sprayed, because I took the top off and then I smelled, got that quick whiff. It's a home run. Home run. I don't care. Home run. There's home run. Circle the bases. Home run. Let's see. What's the last one? All right. Last one, but certainly not least. This is number one. So we've already went through the top four. We've went through 2 honorable mentions, and we've given out 4 different grades. This one right here, I'm just letting you know, it's a home run. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about it. I know it's a home run. Everyone knows it's a home run. It's just a home run. Okay? Like, at the end of the day, because it took the best, one of the best smelling fragrances and made it better. You don't get that. It took one of the best fragrances and then made it better. Dior Sauvage Elixir. And I heard that they're coming out with a big one. Oh my God. This is number one. Home run. Don't care. I don't care if you don't feel that it's a home run. It is a home run. I know it's a home run because when my lady doesn't even like this. Like, she doesn't even really care for Sauvage like that. But when we smelled this, we were in, I think I told you about this story in my first video, that when we smelled this was before it actually came out. We got the tester of it about a week before. The lady let us smell it, and I actually should have bought it right then, but I didn't. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, because I was buying a bunch of other stuff. But I should have actually just got it during that point in time. This smelled fire, and she even said that this smelled really good. So if my lady, who didn't like Sauvage for the most part, said that this smelled really good, I know that this smells really good, because she has a very good nose for quality fragrances. She does. She don't like BS cheap fragrances, stuff like that. So that's one of the great things about my lady. But as far as with this stuff, man, look, she said it was great. I'm saying it's great because I know, like, listen, I love Dior. Dior, listen, if you ever watch this video, I love your products. I love the Privé editions. I love the Tabacalor. I love the Ambre Nuit. I love the Bois, the Gris. I love all of those different fragrances that you have in the Privé edition. I even love this one. This one is amazing. I love the Sauvage too, but the Sauvage was just so overly popularized. Like, I could not sit up there and just, it took me so long to be able to just go and get one bottle of Sauvage, just because I didn't want to be like everybody else. Everybody else had that. So once everybody else started to go into Creed, that's when I went and got the Sauvage. I was like, all right, cool. Now everybody's not on Sauvage as much. They're on a Creed. So listen, Sauvage is not anything to Dior is not anything towards you. I think Fahrenheit is great, but I didn't want to grab that one. That was smooth, but it wasn't just my taste. But as far as this elixir, Ooh, it's disrespectfully good. This mug is disrespectfully good. So, yeah, man, these are the top 5 fragrances from design. These are the top 5 designer fragrances for date night. So, definitely appreciate you for tuning in on this Good Friday, and I hope that you all enjoy your weekends. Be safe, be smooth. If you have any questions, concerns, or if you have any colognes that you want me to add to my collection, or you want me to review, leave a comment down below. Definitely appreciate you for your time. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. I want to try to get me over 1,000. Try to get the Cool Rich community over 1,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. So I definitely appreciate you all, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest